Major breaking news. The Tennessee Titans continue their incredible playoff run. Believe it or not, they beat the Baltimore Ravens, the number 1 seeded Baltimore Ravens, the 14-2 record-setting most rushing yards in the season Baltimore Ravens, to advance to the AFC Championship Game. I believe their first AFC Championship game since 2002. Final score, 28-12. My jaw dropped. I know a lot of fans' jaws dropped. Just an unbelievable performance by the Tennessee Titans here. Insane. So Ryan Tannehill, you may look at some of his stats and you might think, well, he didn't do all that great. But look at this. 7 for 14, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns, only took 1 sack. His quarterback rating, 109.5. Why throw the ball more than that? Why, when you have Derrick Henry, 30 carries, 195 yards, on pace to break John Riggins' postseason rushing record, which is insane. 30 carries, 195 yards. Oh, and by the way, he threw a touchdown pass, which is just crazy. Ryan Tannehill, also not to be outdone, at 6 carries for 13 yards, including a rushing touchdown. And Lamar Jackson, 31 for 59. That's right, he threw it 59 times. No quarterback should be throwing that much, let alone Lamar Jackson. Lamar's been an awesome passer this past season, but 50, I don't even think Peyton Manning should ever throw 59 times in his prime. That's insane. 59 attempts. And if you look at the numbers on paper, 31 for 59, 365 yards, a touchdown, 20 carries, 143 yards. You might be thinking, Lamar Jackson had a hell of a game, right? Well, he had 2 interceptions. He had a lost fumble. He got sacked 4 times. And his quarterback rating was a measly 63.2. And I feel terrible for the guy. MVP caliber season. He's probably going to win the regular season MVP. But he ran into a Mack truck here. This Titans defense was incredible. This Titans offense was incredible. Ingram, he was healthy. Mark Ingram, the starting running back, the Pro Bowl running back for the the Baltimore Ravens, was a healthy start this night. But I'm stunned. I'm stunned here. I really am. I was watching this game. I was talking to my dad. His jaw's dropping. My jaw's dropping. For those wondering, Mark Ingram was banged up going into this game. He had only 6 carries for 22 yards. I don't know why they didn't try to go more to him, but I think, you know what it is? Things just spiral out of control real fast. When you turn the ball over, via interceptions, when you have that fumble, when Tennessee just keeps pouring it on. My God, how do you let Derrick Henry throw a touchdown pass? How do you let Ryan Tannehill go Lamar Jackson on y'all? It's crazy. It's just crazy. I'm speechless here. I get why they won. Phenomenal running game, phenomenal offensive line, phenomenal defense, phenomenal coaching by Mike Vrabel, the New England Patriots product from back in the day. But man, the Ravens could only muster up 12 points. I'm stunned. I legitimately am stunned. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised, but I am. The 9-7 Titans beat the 14-2 Baltimore Ravens. And John Harbaugh, head coach of the Ravens, he's going to be second-guessed a lot. Almost 3 weeks of rest. He benched his starters in the final game of the season. It made sense on paper, but I don't know. This is just a bad look all around for Ravens Nation. I feel real bad for him, but such is life and such is the playoffs, man. You got to step it up. And then you look at the other game that was on today, the Niners and the Vikings. That game wasn't very close. 27-10, 49ers got the victory. Kirk Cousins played a little bit better on paper than some people would give him credit for. 21 for 29, 172 yards, a touchdown, an interception. He took 6 sacks, 84.3 quarterback rating. But, man, where the Ravens had at least some rushing game with Lamar Jackson, the Vikings had nothing. 21 yards on 10 carries. Dalvin Cook, 9 carries, 18 yards, no touchdowns, average 2 yards per carry. Brutal. Meanwhile, the Niners, Jimmy G was pretty good. 11 for 19, 131 yards, a touchdown, an interception. All right, maybe not pretty good. He was decent, okay? He was decent down the stretch. Not the prettiest numbers in the world, but he got the job done. That's the bottom line. He got the win there. Meanwhile, the rushing attack for the Niners, Tevin Coleman, 22 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. He looked good. In total, between Mostert, Coleman, Breida, they had 186 rushing yards. That's nuts. That is nuts. Also, over 100 yards.
And that's where they got the sack earlier.
Turn that off. Man, just crazy. So now what's on the docket? Well, we have Houston versus Kansas City at 3:05 Eastern Standard Time at CBS. We have the Packers versus the Seahawks, 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm still stunned, but you know what? I'm going to make some bold predictions here. So I got the Seahawks beating the Packers on the road. And I personally want to see Niners versus Seahawks Part 3 because this rivalry has been the best one all season. I mean, the Seahawks were 1 inch away from being the number 1 seed, from getting a first-round bye. It was just barely missed the end zone. They've had incredible games against the 49ers. Both teams have had incredible seasons. You make the strong argument, maybe these are the 2 best teams in the entire league right now. You never know. So I would like to personally see that, even though I love Aaron Rodgers and I know his career's starting to wind down. As for Houston and Kansas City, man, I don't know. I mean, on paper, I think the Houston Texans are more than capable of beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Bill O'Brien, though, while he's been a damn good coach, at times he's made some questionable decisions. Look no further than last week's wild card game against the Bills where it looked like he was trying to give away the game. And then Sean McDermott of the Bills was like, no, you take the game. No, you take the game. And eventually Deshaun Watson took matters into his own hands and got the job done. But, man, I guess I'll go with the Chiefs on this one. I think they're the safe pick. But Titans, they match up well with the Texans. They match up well with the Chiefs. And the reality is this. This is a reality. They've beaten the Patriots, the defending Super Bowl champions. They've beaten the number 1 seeded Baltimore Ravens. They beat the top 2 teams already in the AFC. So they have no fear whatsoever. They are playing with house money. I don't think anybody really expected them to get to the playoffs, let alone win multiple playoff games, let alone beat the quality of opposition they have. So shout out to the Titans. What an incredible season. I'm looking forward to see what they do next weekend. Ravens, congrats on a great regular season, but my God, this is a heartbreaking loss. I want to send a special shout out to my brother-in-law, Walid Abul Hassan. He is a huge Titans fan. He kept chirping, he kept yapping, he kept saying, Titans are going to win. Titans are going to win. Lamar Jackson should be scared. Ravens should stop running. I mean, not literally stop running, but you know what I'm saying. And I said, come on, Willie, they're not going to win. The Titans, come on. Maybe they'll keep it close, but Ravens just got too much talent. Well, I was wrong. I'll take the L on that one. But, folks, I'm going to get on out of here. I want to hear from you. What do you think about these playoffs? Who you got going to the Super Bowl? Let me know. Leave a comment below. Please feel free to check out our recent interview with NFL legend Joe Theismann. We talked for about a half hour about the playoffs, about the draft, the skins, and everything in between. And for all those that watched live, thank you so much, Jay Morgan, O. Campbell TX, Hannah, Darkhurst Toys, Caleb Chapman, and everybody else. Until next time, everybody, as always, enjoy the games. And Ravens, better luck next year. Man.